Welcome to PC Gamer's annual Game of the Year Awards. Every October, our international team of over 35 writers and editors select 13 games released that year to receive awards. Aside from our overall Game of the Year, we tailor our awards to what we think each game does best. That's why there's a slightly different selection of award names each year. We come together on a big global call to hash out the final selection. It's a place of heated debate, passionate defenses, and occasionally strong language.
Hated Avowed.
It's a really cool game.
It is different.
Funny.
It's very hard to get right.
Here's some of the best bits from this year's discussion. 2025 was a big year for RPGs, from Avowed to Monster Hunter Wilds to The Outer Worlds 2. Even Oblivion got a new lick of paint. But two RPGs dominated the conversation around our overall Game of the Year for 2025: Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
I just want to say, I hated Avowed.
Let's be careful here. Let's not, get people caught in strays here.
I don't just lap up any RPG that falls on my lap like a good little PC gamer.
Let's really be careful about who we're catching with our strays here.
Kingdom Come is different. It is very special. It's not about grinding XP. There is XP, but you barely even notice it's happening. It's about having 5 speech skills that you just naturally develop over time. It's about talking to people. It's about just walking around a city that feels real. And it's sometimes about stabbing dudes with swords. It is The Witcher 3, guys. It is The Witcher 3 with no fairy tales, and it's incredible.
I'd be keen to hear from the Clair Obscur people who did enjoy it, because I feel like I've heard plenty from people who didn't. You know what? I came into this meeting because I've spent the last 6 months hearing people just say reflexively that it is Game of the Year, expecting that this would be an easy call.
To me, it's an impressive game because it punches so far above its weight class and manages to kind of nail it mostly. The story as well, obviously it's a bit pretentious, it's a bit French, but it's also the Act 2 turnaround is one of the fastest, this is just decent 7 out of 10 stories to holy shit, this rules stories I've seen. The soundtrack for the game is absolutely insane. It's done by an excellent composer, all orchestral music, all excellent. It is genuinely digging into some of the ways that they made it quite clever.
The problem I have with Clair Obscur is I think it is very fresh and different and interesting. A lot of the stuff it does is impressive in the context of it being a relatively small studio doing its first big game. But you also can massively tell that it's the first big game from a small studio. It has a lot of flaws and jank around the edges and very, very flabby bits of the story. The whole parry system sort of veers between being very satisfying and also just kind of breaking the progression system in weird ways. I think that's why it's been so polarizing. It's because it's not actually integrated that well into the RPG mechanics. I think there's stuff in it to celebrate, but I think it is an interesting rough diamond. It's the sort of game where I go I'd love to see what their next game is. For me, it has too many problems to be Game of the Year.
But I actually think that the quests in Kingdom Come are better than Baldur's Gate 3. There's one that I always use as an example that I ignored for a really long time because it was just make some horseshoes for some assholes. I needed some experience points, so I just ended up doing it. And it turned out it was not about making horseshoes. It was an elaborate murder mystery / romantic entanglement thing where I ended up having to sneak into a camp and pretend to be a soldier. And about 4 hours later, I completely forgot that I actually started this just because I wanted to make some horseshoes for experience points. It's genuinely insane how much effort they put into the storytelling. There's not really another RPG like it, and it really captured me the way that Morrowind did.
I have nothing against Clair Obscur, but you think about it, it's so French, and it's so
really French, guys.
It's so slick, and it's well put together, and everyone's beautiful, and they smell like roses and dark chocolate. And everyone in Kingdom Come is a freak, and they're all Eastern European, and they smell like fermented vegetables. And I think we should reward the freaks. Reward the freaks.
Thank you, Josh.
Our Game of the Year 2025 is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Some categories were easier to decide than others. We awarded puzzle adventure game Blue Prince a Best Design award after this impassioned defense.
It's the only game I played this year that I've been thinking about all year, like the months since I played it. Only game I played in years that inspired me to like take notes. Like I have a gigantic Google Doc of screenshots and like conspiracy theories and puzzles I solved, all that kind of stuff. I've never played a game like Blueprints where the form of the game itself is innovative and then it actually delivers on making all of the puzzle solving and stuff within that form, that kind of marriage of the roguelike structure and then the things that you're solving within the rooms and then the things you're solving in the giant space, you know, around the rooms. Like all of that stuff interlocks. It's all good. It's all interesting. There's no game that impacted me this year nearly as much as this one did.
2025 gave us the term friend slop. While we hate the connotations, we can't deny this particular subgenre of co-op gaming continues to go from strength to strength. But which release was our best co-op of 2025?
You know what game is made by a bunch of cool, likable Australians? Peak.
This amazing emerging genre of games you can actually get your friends to play are really great. We got two of the best ones ever this year in Repo and Peak. I think Peak is a little bit better.
I think Peak is better than Repo, yeah. I feel like it's more fun for the group. I think Repo sometimes leans into being a bit boring, especially if you're dead. But I think Peak, even when you're dead, is more fun. The game is so good. The game is so fun. It's got so much replay, but it's like so tightly made.
Have you played Abiotic Factor?
I need
Because that's why I didn't vote for Peak in the end, because I was like, no, actually, that was the game that I had way more fun with.
Abiotic Factor is the game that you wish you could get your friends to play, because if they just did, it would be one of the greatest experiences of your life.
I was about to say, no, none of my friends want to play it, so that's the problem.
Abiotic Factor wins our Best Co-op award. Just. We were also split on Best Horror. Silent Hill F took the series in a surprising new direction, earning praise from Ellie, who reviewed it at launch.
The characters are amazing. Hinako stands out as one of the best female protagonists, I've encountered in a very long time, which was fantastic. It was just really nice to have a really relatable female protagonist with actually relatable, struggles and themes and horrors. The sound design was incredible. The monsters were sick. The soundtrack was amazing. The setting was great. They poured a lot of love into that game. And I know it's like a pain completing multiple endings, but it really does so much. And also it does not take that long to do it, especially if you follow a very helpful endings guide on PC Gamer. We'll plug in there.
But I would like to make a case for Labyrinth of the Demon King as best horror game 2025. It is made by a literal solo developer, just a guy in New Zealand, a hobbyist. Started doing it in the pandemic. It's chilling. It's a game with genuinely good combat while still being scary. You still feel powerless even as you get stronger, even as you get demon katanas. There are amnesia style creatures that will chase you. It has an atmosphere unlike anything else. There's a genuine research investment into, I think, feudal Japan. It is like Sekiro meets Silent Hill is kind of the vibe of it all. Spectacular sound design. It sounds like hell. It sounds awful. It is an extremely stressful, extremely oppressive atmosphere. Nothing else looks like it. Silent Hill F is getting its flowers. It's doing well. This is a solo debut effort that I think is phenomenal, and our endorsement on that level could be literally game-changing, life-changing for this, I think, spectacular game that deserves it and more people should play.
Sorry, Hinako, our best horror of 2025 is Labyrinth of the Demon King.
Can we talk about Nightreign?
I wanted to
burn it down.
I wanted to talk about Nightreign.
Let my distaste for Nightreign mean something too. I'm not just ambivalent about it. I think it's a bad idea to make Elden Ring into a multiplayer game.
It shouldn't work, but I've put 190 hours into it, and I don't think I'm going to stop anytime soon.
I've also almost played 200 hours of Nightreign. It's great and I love it, but I don't know why I couldn't put it for a category in this list.
Sometimes we played a game enough that we know that we shouldn't recommend anybody actually play it.
It has the fundamentals that they've done so well in all of their games, and that remains really compelling. But it has so much missed potential. I think it could have been fantastic if they had done a lot more with it.
Nightreign, we should give best Souls-like.
That would be a controversial award for Nightreign, ironically.
It actually would, wouldn't it?
With Nightreign not in the running for a Best Multiplayer award, that left two obvious contenders. EA's bombastic Battlefield 6, and Embark Studios' sci-fi extraction shooter Arc Raiders.
I would have given that to Battlefield 6 before playing Arc Raiders. It has to be said, like, the teamwork in that game is just outstanding, and not just like teamwork within your squad, like the fact that you can actually have fantastic teamwork with randoms in that game, I think says a lot.
Arc Raiders is a massive technical achievement. Its maps are the best you've ever seen in the genre. They're gorgeous, they're variegated. You know, they do copy paste assets. There are the same cabinets in different rooms and stuff like that, but like looting is stimulating. You're not just going into the same box over and over again. The game launched without any notable bugs, which is tremendously impressive.
That genre, as someone observing externally, is very hard to get right and makes people very angry if they get it wrong. And the people I've been following seem like really happy with it.
Well, the fact that these like flying robot enemies can like fly through the ceiling into a room that you're in, notice when you leave, follow you outside, lose track of you in some cases. It genuinely feels like a generational innovation within the genre to have AI NPCs that are not just a nuisance. They're not just like magnetized toward you in this stupid pathfinding way, as has been the case for like 10 years in the genre.
Congratulations to Arc Raiders for winning our Best Multiplayer award this year. The call also revealed a hidden vein of Deep Rock Galactic Survivor fans within the team. The spin-off of Space Dwarf co-op Deep Rock Galactic takes cues from Vampire Survivors and its imitators, but also dug its way right into Robin's heart.
I've played a lot of Vampire Survivors imitators over the last couple of years. It's basically like, what if we distilled the full progression of a Diablo game in like half an hour? And so many of the imitators, even the really good ones, are basically just different riffs on what if we made this more like Diablo again. And the thing that Deep Rock does really well is that it does make it into something new and different. But I assumed that no one except me cared.
Robin, I put in 90 hours. It's an incredibly compulsive game. It's visually interesting, which no other game in this genre seems to be able to figure out. The terrain navigation stuff, it has genuine moments of stress. You're like carving a path through rock while being chased by like a screen full of bugs, you know, and like having to kite those enemies in a really efficient way. The level itself is a resource. That's the hardest thing to describe. And just the weapons are satisfying, you know, as you'd expect, but they're much more three-dimensional than, again, Vampire Survivors and other games.
So I feel like it's really leading one of the more interesting, very recent subgenres, and I really like sort of celebrating that.
Whilst Deep Rock Galactic Survivor was undoubtedly worthy of an award, deciding exactly what to call the award was more challenging.
Have we landed on a name for the subgenre?
The most recognizable name would be Vampire Survivors-like, but that sucks. Bullet Heaven or Reverse Bullet Hell, I don't really like that phrase, but it is quite widely used. I like calling them just Survivors. Auto Shooter is what they call it, or maybe Survivors-like.
I hate all of these.
Well, that's the problem, is that this genre doesn't have a name. I think it's an interesting one because the narrative of this game, for me, is that it is emerging out of that very fresh subgenre that is still so new that it doesn't even have a proper name yet. And it's kind of trying to forge the identity of that subgenre.
To read the full list of awards, including our personal picks, head over to pcgamer.com.
If we really want to make people mad, we could give Silksong Best Cozy Game and just
Hey, we're being
watch the
silly
fires
now.
burn.
Harvey, stop that.
Apologies.
This meeting is already too long.
Let us know in the comments what your award winners would be. For more news, previews and reviews of the latest games, subscribe to PC Gamer.